that he lands not only the perfect stun, he also needs to make sure that he soaks up damage from both FMM and Sayla, which is going to be a very tough job to do because Sayla, when he jumps in with a potential 2-man stun, he might kind of disconfigure everything that Evo has in mind.
Yeah, and I was gonna say Brock was open, but JPL does decide to go out with that Rafaela, trying to sustain his way through to the rest of the team fight. Rafaela is known to be a very late game carry, or not carry, but support.
Yes.
Late game healing support is able to sustain a lot. So Gear, what pairs well with a sustained support is a really tanky tank. And Gear, we've seen his Thamus yesterday in the game against RSG, and this is so hard to take down. Going back to Oat Reliable, he will pick up the Barrage, but on the other side, Evo goes back to the Fredrin and the Clint coming in. They are really, I mean, coming out from this, not understanding how they play it and their strategy to ban. It's all about crowd control. They don't want to get controlled and get the stuns onto them.
Yep, so right now it is game 2 between Slate Esports and Evo. Let's get it going, guys. Round 2, who's gonna take it?
You can hear the crowds cheering in the background now. This is game number 2, Evo and Slate. Churros, thoughts on this?
It's hard because I like Slate's draft because it's very UBE, the
Ultimate bonding experience.
Yeah, it's very UBE that I'm very used to seeing in MPL Philippines, where Blacklist
5 seconds
sort of like
till
coined
the
that
enemy
meta,
reaches the
but they
battlefield.
don't have a lot
Smash
of
them.
crowd control, which is what could potentially tear Evil down. But then
to
on the other
Mobile
side,
Legends.
Evil only really has Melon, who is able to absorb a lot of the ultimates that you have. So don't give Melon the setup potential, because if you do, then you have to deal with Carrot and you have to deal with Melon.
And they have drafted that way as well. There's not a lot that, Melon can steal in this case, so they drafted around the Valentina. Now, we are already game number 2 between Evo and Slate. This is going to be an intense one. You can see Evo, it's their game to kind of come back from this and prove themselves here.
A little bit more of the passive approach from Evo. They want to get Powerful to his power spikes up, get his ultimate, the first team to get immortality to wins, because you are able to have, you need to kill them 2 times to be able to survive through the entirety of the team fight. So it's sustain. JPL Adamir almost taking down Jaces, but Carrot and Powerful is at the side. The Chivalry is coming in. Doesn't seem that they want to engage, and Powerful, he's playing it smart. He knows his power spikes, and he knows when he wants to go in.
This is what they're doing again, right? Pressure down JS in the EXP lane, especially with that Giraffe pick. They're just not only getting some gold off of that, but you prevent him from rotating to the other lanes to exert more pressure. So Slate, we're going to see how they might take advantage of that, and we know that they're going to continue doing this, especially in the mid lane as well, to set up for this next turtle on the top side in 10 seconds.
It kind of seems that Slate is in a better position to take this, because Powerful is nowhere to be seen right now. But if Evo wants to contest for this, I mean, Powerful, he does have the mobility to try to chase this down.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. We've seen him play on this Amon as well, the ability to gank. He's rotating up top now. Really want to contest, but he's going to give it away to Gear. I think the way that Powerful has been playing Amon, really being able to find the farm that he needs before he starts to look for the kills, and the moment he pops off with those kills, getting that snowball in is when he really starts to show.
A very different side of Evil. Even in the neutral objectives, they have been known to be extremely aggressive and trying to take them all the way out, and it's super different than what we've seen in the previous games, because they are just focusing on their own jungle. They just want to farm up. They don't need to fight this. Don't take fights that you can't get. I say this a lot, and right now, Adamir, let's go in, get first blood of Powerful.
Oh, then you try to press it on a little bit more, but they're just gonna, disengage. They got what they wanted. Sayla goes in the back line. First down Carrot here. Slate, they drop JBL though. JS chasing down the CC, comes out onto Gear. One more hit. Melon flickers in. Gets caught by Adamir here. Will force them to back off. JS tries to knock up Sayla, will be able to get away. I wasn't expecting that brawl there in the mid, but taking a look across the emblems here.
Oh, okay. The emblems, nothing really speaks out to me except the Amon having the mystery shop, just going out with that, and Avarice on the Claw, just bringing that late game early. It's always about bringing that late game early. Your late game can come in at 8 minutes once you have at least 3 core items and your power spikes is hit. But what Slate did right there and then was just spectacular. What they did was just pick off Evil. You just pick off one person at a time. Just try to play a mental game. Get powerful down and then just scale forward. Maintain the momentum and start continue the fights. You do have a lot of burst potential coming in from Sailor already.
Yeah, I think it's very different plays for these two junglers. Very powerful with the magic shot. He just wants to get online as quickly as possible, having that penetration talent as well to help him do that and get the kills. Whereas for here, picking up that Demon Slayer with the cooldowns, being able to do more damage to these objectives, to these jungle buffs, and securing them for the team. So it's kind of more utility, more support in that sense. And again, they're gonna do exactly that. Rotate up to the turtle and try to secure this one for themselves.
With a Barats though, it's very difficult to contest for any neutral objective because the Barats has a lot of deep damage. I mean, then again, this patch, Retribution or the jungle damage to creeps in the jungle, it scales up by the amount of HP that you have. That's why a lot of people opt to build tank. And Barats is just one of the most tanky heroes that you can afford.
And not just that, because if you can spot someone out, maybe you know, at the jungle camp, if you want to isolate someone powerful maybe at an objective, you might be able to use the Detonus Welcome, pull him out of the fight to ensure he doesn't get the objective as well. Now, they're gonna go ahead to contest even more and strip Evil out of their farm here, contesting the red buff. Looks like it does go the way of Slate here, and they want to press the advantage onto Carrot. First down, powerful, the Blazing Duet comes out onto Melon. Does not do enough damage just yet, but Slate, huge wins for them here.
Oh, the tables have turned. Slate is now using the highly aggressive strategy, going in and taking in the jungles all there. Jadimir almost missing, hitting the Wisdom Strike onto Jesus. It almost fell down left, right, and center. And Slate is just maintaining that pressure. You look at the map, look at the mini-map. Nothing of Slate's jungle is touched. Every single time Gear wants to go for a neutral objective, it's always in the jungles of Evil and Powerful. He has nothing. Take a look at the levels. Gear is 2 levels ahead of Powerful.
Looking at the items as well, right? Already FMM securing that Demon Hunter's sword for himself. Has the Steel Leg Plates as well for some defense. On the flip side, Coconut is just trying to build up to his first item, so you can see, even though he's supposed to have he's supposed to need more time, FMM, in the bottom side to scale up, he's able to get a lot more farm and even out this lane, so it's already a win for them. And Slate is relentless on this jungle pressure again, pulling this away from Powerful. The Retry goes down. Oh my goodness, Powerful loses the buff, but the Illuminat Flash comes in to stun out 3, prevents the backup one here, and he goes down, but they trade out here. 1.2 JS is put in a coffin as well. Big win for Slate.
And all the time they're doing that, FMM just happily farming down bottom lane. He doesn't have to join in team fights. You can fight a 4-man because with the Barats and JPL playing as the Rafaela, you have 2. And FMM on the bottom lane takes down Coconut.
1v1, that's a one-on-one duel, and he wins that. This is insane. This is insane, right? You have the Diroth winning the lane, you have the Barats winning the jungle, and now even the Claw that's supposed to be the losing lane, in theory, is winning. So Slate all across the map. Full pressure. Sailor goes in with the Yin Yang overturn. Will damage Melon. 1 sliver of health left. Slate does not choose to finish it up. The objective is up, so they want to make sure that they play the disciplined approach.
Very disciplined indeed, a very held-back approach, very reserved, and hey, I don't need to get that kill, let's just get the neutral objectives and get out. And Slate just performing extremely well, just staying in the opponent's jungles and taking out everything that is powerful, and knowing that Amon is battling up against the Barats, and Barats paired up with JPL, I mean, with, not JPL, but Rafaela is just, it's just times 2 a person.
You don't die.
You don't die. You don't need to.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard, right? Because JPL, you have that Holy Healing, you also have the Holy Baptism to prevent engages and make sure they're CC'd down. Once again, for the 99th time, Gear gets the buff off of Powerful, so that purple going the way of Slate once again. And Evil, they've just been completely pressed into this bottom side of the map for the entirety of this game so far. It's so hard to watch.
Oh, and the network just increases lead, favoring the side of Slate. 6k gold ahead. We're gonna take a look at the damage as well. Here, having a happy time just farming up. Level 12, 3 levels ahead of where Powerful is, and Powerful not having a good time in this game. 0-3 and 2 so far.
This feels like it's, you know, a candle burning, except the candle has 2 wicks on it. It's slowly burning, but it's at an accelerated pace, and it feels like almost certain death. That eventually it's just going to burn down to the ground for Evil. So they have to find some way back into this, but GPL going in the back line, just zoning out Evil, trying to take this tier 1 mid turret here. And then, oh man, Powerful again, just chunked down on the bottom side. Slate clearing control of all the turrets now, except the tier 2 mid turret.
And time is ticking. Time is not on Evil's side. Evil, their draft is supposed to be able to snowball into the late game, and Powerful with Amon isn't able to do any damage at all, especially to Adamir. You see that small skill bubble there. Powerful just needs to use the blade shards just to get away from that. But Slate just maintaining that pressure, maintaining that momentum. They're just going in. The confidence is high, and yet again going in, trying to get the purple buff away from Powerful.
I mean, it's looking really tough, right? And you said Powerful trying to get that snowball in, but so far he has not been able to, in the early parts of the game, get any kills. If you look at the draft of Slate, he can maybe gank Sayla, maybe FMM in the early game, right? If you wanted to pull out a burst composition, but FMM was playing so safely, recognizing that Powerful might be lurking around in that jungle as well, and he couldn't pull that off. Now he's just
Sayla!
Again, Adamir getting that one Numenor blast onto JPL, but to what end is not going to be able
But the man
to
going
do
back
it. FMM with the blazing duet gets the damage, will flicker out. Seems like he's safe for now. JPL takes the hit instead, so 2 down, double kill for Melon, and FMM he's trying to turn this back around. The damage comes through. They will put down 3 members of Evil. They get the Lord along with that as well, so Slate again being able to get the upper hand.
Slate just extending their lead over and over and over again. Just time is on their side. It's just I said before in the drafting phase, their draft is very, very late game. Late game insurance in the Rafaela, late game insurance in the Claude. With the late game, which is right now, it's basically they can't die. And you have so much mobility, you can't hit them.
I mean, Gear's just gonna keep building items, keep building stacks. So more and more as it progresses, you're not gonna be able to touch him. And he's doing a lot of the front lining so far. I mean, earlier on, you know, they were trying to take the objective, so pressuring down the mid turret and hence lost some lives there. But Evil, they're really pressed with their backs to the wall here.
Lord marching down onto the top side. Seems as though Gear is trying to set up with a push, but they managed to count that Lord. Slate, very disciplined. Sayla used that Yin Yang overturn, but does not want to engage right now.
Yeah, they're just going down on the turrets, right? You want the objectives, damaging the inhibitors, trying to take that down, but all this time, Sayla putting out the umbrellas, you know, just making sure it's the threat. It's the threat of that burst damage coming in as well.
It's just Sayla. You can't outdraft him. You can ban him. He plays all this mages so well. Arguably
you can't
one of the best.
out-Kagura him.
You can't out-Kagura him. You can't out-mid him. It's so difficult to go up against Sayla, and when he plays, he's usually stuck in the bush. But with the confidence boost with Gear on the Barats and JPL on the Rafaela, the sustain coming in, Sayla's just showing his face. Gear coming in with the engage.
Yeah, no, I think they're just gonna take the turrets for now. They get 2. Mid as well as the bottom, and now 1 creep on the top. They're gonna clear that up. See, maybe, yeah, no, not gonna be able to take that for now, but still 2 inhibitors at the 12.5-minute mark. The next lot is spawning in about 50 seconds. Slate is just going to continue making sure that Evil has no way to even walk out of their base.
And this is a very, very classic UDG strategy. They're always staying together, but hold on a second, if Adamir gets caught down, FMM destroys
damage. Yeah, he's taking some damage, but Gear comes in the front line. Numenor blast charging up, doesn't get propped though, so Slate, well, they've already taken down the top inhibitors, so they've cleared the entirety of Evil's defenses down to the core.
Right now, Slate is just playing a little bit more defensively, but Sayla almost taking on damage.
That first damage! The Powerful comes back with the Endler shards as well, so that's 1 down on Slate. This is not very timely. 5 seconds on the Lord. Sayla still has 30 seconds to go. Great pick off there by Evil.
Great pick off there, and they have the chance to turn this around. The window is open. Although they're 10k gold behind Slate, they might be able to just pick off one by one. It's easier said than done. JPL has that immortality already. Carrot tries to go for JPL, and he's all alone. But on the back line, though,
yeah, they try to go for Pop. Will be able to get him. FMM manages to escape with that bit of health left. So still, they even this up to a 4-4. Going down on JS, forces the flicker, and JPL heals up the rest of the team. 3v4, and they're still able to force Evo into a full retreat.
zoning them out of the way of that Lord. They're going to take this down and punch down with the enhanced Lord. This is going to be a crashing Lord down to that core. And best be sure, Slate with the Claude is able to go into the back of the base. He's going to be difficult to target even when it comes down to charging and skirmishing down on their homes.
I mean, look at Melon. Like we said, right, Slate drafted around this so well. He cannot steal very, very game-changing ultimates like he's used to. So this defense is going to be harder for Evo as well, because you're relying on, you know, JS, Carrot to be able to make the plays, find somebody in the back line, hopefully with powerful burst damage as well. Now they're left to defend this board, coming down the mid. Slate, you know they're gonna push this. JS, Evo, Numino Blast just used the pair minions, so they cannot set up for anything here. And Slate, they're hovering around. Sailor goes in with the play. Melon in some trouble from Blazing Duet. 3 go down, blown up by Slate, and immediately they go for the core, securing game number 2 for themselves.
GG, well played to Slate Esports. That is a second win. Match point. One more game and Slate solidifies himself over to the grand finals, where they'll be up against, again, RSGSG in the grand finals. Oh man, what a game. But I want to commend this Sailor again, always making the right plays. He's always the one that's initiating and setting up for the rest of the team, knowing that right time the rest of the team always comes in. And like, I'm going to steal Holler's line again, everyone and their moms are always on every single team fights.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, right? You have to watch out for Sailor, and the thing is, it's not like you play a Kagura and you're going willy-nilly, right? You recognize that the Lord is up. You want to go for a pick-off so that they are outnumbered when it comes to the objective. And I think for this game, not just the objective play, not just the execution, I think it came down right from the start in the draft.
Yeah.
Punishing Evo for that early Valentina pick. But we'll see. Kin, what are your thoughts on this? Let's hear it from you.
I think the draft is definitely one thing, but I would like